What's a secret you're keeping from your partner? My boyfriend is a huge fan of a certain book-movie franchise. We first met when we were freshmen in college, and I loved the way his eyes lit up when he talked about it, so when he asked if I was familiar to it, little love-struck, 18-year-old me was like, oh my god, of course I love those books and movies. I regretted the lie basically immediately, but he was so happy to find someone else who loved it. Our relationship progressed really slowly and sweetly. He'd sometimes text me memes of the franchise, and I'd pretend to understand them or say something that was clearly an inside joke from one of the movies, and I'd fake laugh. The first time I came over to his dorm, he showed me a signed copy of one of the books, which is apparently super valuable, and I had to act all impressed. Years later, it was destroyed by a fire in our home, and he wept, and I had to act like I was really devastated too. I mean, obviously I was sad for him, but you know what I mean. One time there was a marathon on the movies on TV, and he asked me if I wanted to come over and watch with him. I jumped at the chance because since I was a busy college student, I hadn't ever had time to read the huge series, but this was a way for me to actually get acquainted with the franchise in one night. I bought a whole bunch of movie snacks and settled in with him to watch our favorite movies, and I hated them. Hate isn't a strong enough word, really. I don't see anything, not one thing, that's appealing about these movies. I still haven't read the books because after seeing the movies, I can't bear to put myself through the hours and hours and hours I would have to spend with these insipid characters and uninspired plots. I don't understand why my boyfriend likes these movies. He's a smart, funny, enlightened guy. The best explanation I can come up with is that he has nostalgia goggles because he first saw the movies and read the books when he was a little kid. Maybe if I'd seen them for the first time when I was little too, like I told him I did, it would have been different. But alas, that was not to be. We've been together for 5 years, and I've lost track of how many times I've now sat through these freaking movies. We even spent hundreds of dollars to travel to a fan convention for the franchise and sit in lectures from people who were like barely involved in the movies. My boyfriend made us dressed up. We've even, and I can't believe I'm admitting this, done some bedroom scenarios based around characters and plots from this franchise. I seriously deserve an Oscar for those, something no one involved in these movies could ever claim. I don't think there's any way I can ever come clean about this lie now. I've started having to make up plans for nights when my boyfriend wants us to do a movie marathon because I just cannot sit through them one more time. I've started trying to casually drop hints that I'm not as into it as I used to be, but I think he's really sad about it because in his mind, this is the thing that brought us together. God. Our relationship is seriously so perfect outside of this. I'm just going to have to keep pretending until I perish. I bet he's going to want this to be our wedding theme, oh god.